Hey guys, so I'm just creating this video because many of you have reached me out over LinkedIn, over my personal contact, email, WhatsApp, and I have got so many pings with regards to layoff, with regards to resume review. Of course, I have tried to answer many, but of course I can't address all. So I'm just giving you a couple of options, or rather, I would say a couple of strategies which, if you are suffering from layoff, or if you're struggling with your job and you are really in a tight spot, you can probably take care of these things. So I'll quickly share my screen and I'll take you first through my LinkedIn. And after that, I'm sure things should be pretty clear what to write in LinkedIn, what not to write in LinkedIn, very specifically talking about those points, right? So this is my LinkedIn. See, I have seen many people who create a LinkedIn profile, but they do not add a lot of details. So you should be adding whatever possible details you have, including the banner, including the photograph, including the tagline, whatever you can, which relates to your personal or your professional journey so far. If you are a creative person, probably it will be different. That's completely okay. Right now, going forward, you should be tagging all those posts which are recent, which you feel is needed to be highlighted, those things, and further stay active on LinkedIn. Just remember, LinkedIn works in the strategy of three. Whenever you have multiple activities, if you do not have an activity, or in 90 days, it will not show up here. So you have to stay active, where top three posts are something which is displayed here. And people, when they land up, if a recruiter lands up in your profile, that person would only be able to see these top posts, and very less people have time and bandwidth to go to all activity and go through that. Apart from that, when you're writing in the about section, mention a very brief summary of whatever you do, what kind of activities you have done so far. In terms of experience, whenever you are adding job role, please add bullet points which are very specific to the area of work what you are doing. See, many people talk about layoffs, and everywhere, wherever I see, someone or the other is telling you to upskill, upskill, upskill. But when you are suffering from layoff, at that reason, like at that point, you definitely cannot upskill yourself. So then the best strategy is that whatever you have done so far, maybe you have learned something, maybe you have worked for over past couple of years, showcase that work in detail. That is the best way you can nail good options. Add those details, add skill sets. Like for an example, I work with AI, so I have added those skill sets, and my major skill sets which are added are around machine learning, deep learning, neural network, AI. Right now, if I talk about the other activities, add educations, add projects, I have been telling this time and again that whenever you work on a project, try to showcase that. One simple example I can show, what I have done personally is that I have added a project like a PPT, where it talks about a very simple video demonstration over 10 minutes, because everyone may or may not have the bandwidth to go through your code and understand what you are doing. So it's best way is to demonstrate through a simple video. You can use a PPT, you can use anything you want, like pen and paper, record it, put it there on Google Drive, put it there on YouTube, link that in your resume, link that in your LinkedIn, right? So this is what I have done as a part of my, I would say, learning. Now, coming back to the LinkedIn, here, whatever skill sets and whatever licenses you are adding, again, LinkedIn follows a strategy of three. Top three licenses are always on. You can add 100 of license, it doesn't matter. What matters is tomorrow, whatever you are putting here. Suppose you are working as a business analyst and you're looking for a job of a business analyst. Then whatever top three licenses you have, which aligns to that job role, that should be present here and not the other things. Similar thing goes with skill. In skill set also, whatever skill matches to your desired role, that skill set should be here. And if possible, go ahead and take a LinkedIn skill test, because once you take a LinkedIn skill test, in that you will get a badge, so that tomorrow if there is a job posted in LinkedIn, you will immediately get a recommendation, and that person who is posting a job will also get your profile notified, right? Then further, about recommendations, give recommendations, take recommendations, both hand in hand. If you feel that you have contributed to some project, and if you feel that needs acknowledgement, go ahead, raise a request for a recommendation, right? Apart from that, give recommendation also. Now, for an example, if you want a recommendation, how would you do that? Right, it doesn't mean that you will just raise a notification saying that, suppose I randomly open a profile. For an example, say I go to machine learning. I search with machine learning. I see a couple of profiles. I filter with people. Maybe someone came up who is a part of my connection, who might or might not be a part of my connection. That's fair if I have worked with that person. Or maybe let's go from my connection itself, right? If I'm searching here and maybe I'm searching from my connection, someone with whom I have been working, right? So for an example, say I'm writing a recommendation request to, say, this person, Harsha. Okay, I might have worked with him. So when I write, there are two ways to do that. Either we go to more and we go to request a recommendation. Okay, now ideally we try to do is we send a notification right here. But instead of that, what you are supposed to do is first select a relationship, whatever it is, even if it is a mentored relation or whatever it is. Then select the area where you have been mentored. Maybe suppose I'm just hypothetically showing that maybe I was getting mentored by this person, right? So now what would I write? I would write, hi Harshal, right? And give the context of recommendation. Mention that I have worked with you in so and so project, and I would request you to write a recommendation if you feel my work was suitable, or if you find any other additional points which you have observed can be added as a part of recommendation, so that you're not only leaving a blank recommendation here, you're giving that person an idea that, okay, I have worked in XYZ project. This was my contribution and I want you to talk about that. That's how recommendations are done. For an example, I will show you. Suppose when I have personally got recommended, right? So what I have done, I'll show you my own recommendation itself. So suppose if I talk about this recommendation. So this person is someone who has created a random forest in machine learning, and I have personally worked with her. So now if I go to her profile, I can directly raise a recommendation, but that doesn't work. So what I have done, I have just written her a recommendation note saying that I have I have been doing so and so, and I have also mentioned all the details here, right? So that's how you get a recommendation wherever you are. Like if suppose for an example, if you see whatever recommendations I have raised, maybe that got unnoticed, that's fair, that's fine. Like even in terms of recommendation, given, received, and there are multiple other recommendations also, right? See, so that's how it goes. You will have to write a recommendation to this, right? So this is about LinkedIn. Now what should be the next strategy? I have seen many resumes. Like for an example, if you are someone who is writing a post like this, that laid off Amazon, I'm just taking one example here. If you're writing a post like this, it is of no use. It is of no use legit, because people will just probably like it, or people would probably just swipe it. That's it. Nothing will happen from here. What you should do is that if you are actually suffering from a layoff, write in a very crisp, no one has time to read an entire story. Just write in 2 to 3 bullet points that, okay, this was my skill set, this was my job role, this was my total experience, and this is what I was looking forward to. That's it. And tag people here who have LinkedIn reach, who are recruiters. Now, there are multiple hashtags, but I don't see a single hashtag of HR, not a single hashtag of HR. Right. So now how to get that hashtag? How would you know which hashtag is important? Simply, we are using AI, leverage AI. Go to Google, search for Chat GPT. Everyone is using Chat GPT. That's fair, right? Just sign up with your account right here. LinkedIn hashtags for hiring. And maybe if you're looking forward to machine learning profile, right? Machine learning jobs. Okay. So now you would see there are top hashtags which are working in LinkedIn. Those things will start getting reflecting here, right? So you can directly copy paste these hashtags. Just pick this hashtag, write a post. Like if suppose I am writing this post, how would I write? I will just go to create a new post and I will write whatever it is, and I will just paste these hashtags and share. That is how it will get circulated. It automatically doesn't work if you're not using hashtags, appropriate hashtags. Like this person is probably actually trying to look forward to a job, but he will never get that response because he has not mentioned those hashtags, right? Third point, what you should do whenever you're searching for jobs, don't only rely on one platform, look forward to other platforms. A couple of platforms are there which I would just link in the description. Go through that. If you're looking in LinkedIn, what is the best way? Ideally, what we do, if suppose I'm looking forward to a machine learning job, I'll search like machine learning and I'll press enter and I will filter with jobs, right? That is the wrong way. Never do that. Go ahead, put a double quotes here before machine learning. Okay. Now, machine learning is not the only requirement, because whenever a job description is created, that is created with a preferred skill and like a secondary skill, right? So whenever you are writing double quotes, it means you are very specifically asking that, okay, wherever these keywords are mentioned, write machine learning, write further, maybe natural language processing, okay, maybe AWS, whatever it is, search, right? Search like this. Okay, see the counts change. It means you are getting narrower. You are funneling it down. Now, instead of India, change this. Go to worldwide. Put a filter on worldwide. Search. See the counts will change. Why? Because certain jobs are posted outside India for Indian hirings. That is how this thing works. That is how the algorithm filters. So look forward to multiple options. If you feel that you don't want to use double quotes, there is one more way which you can use, where you have to remove double quotes, put a comma and put a hashtag here. Okay. Similarly here also. There might be a minor difference. That's fine. But there will be a difference. Or there might not be a difference. See, there is a difference. Same keywords, just with hashtag, number of job counts increased. Right? So these are minute areas which you should look forward to. Now, there is one more aspect. Whenever you're connecting with people, whenever you're connecting with HRs, very specifically with HRs, for an example, you are again searching with machine learning. Okay. And you are filtering with people here. Now, directly, if you connect like this, it is of no use. Always put filter on connections, go to first, show results. Then these profiles which pop in, these are the profiles which are likely to get shortlisted, and your profile should land there. So for an example, I don't know what is the profile of this person, but at least if I'm connecting with him, I know that there are high chances that my profile can be picked, right? So say I connect with him. Now, how will you connect? So I am probably already connected to this person. Okay. So now for an example, I'm connecting to someone else, right? Say I'm just randomly opening, maybe I'm connecting to, say, Vasant. Okay. Okay. This is also my connection. All right. I'll just probably try something else then. Maybe I'm trying with cybersecurity. Okay. Cybersecurity. Now, for an example, I come across these profiles and I see this person is working as a cybersecurity analyst at TCS. Okay. So how will I connect? I will try. Okay. This is also my connection. Weird. Okay. Let's pick from here. Uh, any profile. So okay, let's connect to this profile. Data architect. Okay. So it looks like a senior profile to me. So how I would connect? I'll just go to connection here and I will not press send here. I will just write here one simple line. Okay. If you're writing a message like this, just one liner, there is a high possibility that the person would not only accept, but also respond to your messages. That's how connections work. Use this as a power of LinkedIn, because this is something which doesn't need a premium account or anything of that sort, you can directly write a note like this and it is always available. Like there is no fixed count to that. Just hit send. That's it. Right. So three things, just summing it up. First, update your LinkedIn profile. And when you're updating your LinkedIn profile, make sure you are focusing on your URL as well. There should not be arbitrary junk characters. Then add all the details, whatever is needed here, whatever details you feel are important with regards to skill set, education, mention those details. After that, look forward to jobs. Then try to understand what kind of requirements are there and mention those details. Like suppose you are a Java developer. So now your resume should not give a mixed opinion that, okay, you know Java also, you know machine learning also. For what are you actually looking? Are you looking for Java or machine learning? If you're looking for Java, then I should get a clear picture from your resume, reading that, okay, these are the areas where the person has worked in terms of Java. Okay. This is with regards to LinkedIn. Now, there are a couple of options which you should explore if you are suffering from layoff. One very useful website, which is Turing. Go to turing.com. Okay. Create your profile here. For me, my profile is already signed up. So go to profile. And now as soon as you go there is an option to take up quizzes. If you take up quiz, you will start getting recommendations automatically. A team from their end would reach out to you saying that, okay, there is this job available. Do you want to take it? It can be a part-time, it can be a full-time, whatever it is. Right. Go to Google and search remote jobs. Okay. So now there will be n number of jobs which you would get. One of the most useful site is remote.co. Very less people use that. Go to this site. Here you can filter by different categories. Okay. Apart from that, in LinkedIn also there is something called as LinkedIn Careers. LinkedIn Careers, Career Explorer. If you just search LinkedIn Career Explorer, you will get multiple links here, right? Just go to this link and you would see how a LinkedIn Career Explorer actually works. They have mentioned it very simplistically, and you have all the details mentioned here. Just go here, go to LinkedIn Career Explorer and proceed ahead. Okay. Now, here what happens, for an example, whichever segment you are looking forward to, say you are someone who is working in sales and you want to go into sales, put a filter in sales here. So based on area, suppose I want to search in Bangalore. Yeah, say Bangalore, India, for an example. So now what are the areas where my profile matches? What kind of skill sets are there? So everything you can get from here, all kind of scores. So you can get the keywords as well, whichever keywords are here. So here it shows that, okay, 0.3% is matching in this, but probably this one talks about more. So now what I can do, I can either find jobs or I can find connections. Instead of finding jobs, go to connections. Okay. So now once you hit connections, you will see the top profiles which are being leveraged here. Like for an example, say I talk about this person or maybe Dheeraj, this guy, right? Now, if you go to this profile, you would see that, okay, this person is into sales and marketing, right? You can reach out to that person. That's how LinkedIn referrals are to be done. You cannot randomly ping and ask, can you help me? It doesn't work. I have literally got so many pings and people will just write a ping saying that, can you help? How would I help? How would I literally help if I'm getting 500 pings like that? No, because if someone is willing to take a help, that person should also put some effort, right? I should get a context that, okay, this is what the person is going through. So write a note. And last but not the least, I have my LinkedIn connections, which has a decent amount of reach of around 8,000. Leverage my connection. Write a post, tag me. I am more than happy to reshare your post. I have done it. I have been doing it. I would do it again. At least that is something what I can do from my end. So that whenever you are writing a post, feel free to tag me. I will immediately reshare in my connection so that your post not only circulates in your connection, but also in my connections as well. And also I would be putting down my email ID. So if you are suffering from layoff, send me an email with a very short description. I do not have time to read an essay. Just write 4 lines, write the subject, layoff, your name, your total experience or tech stack in bracket. That's it. That should be the subject line. In the email body, just write 4 lines. Hi Arga, my resume attached, total years, tech stack. If you are a Java developer, write what all the projects you have worked in Java. Just mention the highlights, maybe 2 3 lines of highlight. That's it. I don't want to read a story. That never works. Every day I'm getting like 100 to 200 pings. I cannot address that if I read a story, and no one would do that. If someone is an HR, trust me, that person would have maximum 10 to 20 seconds or 30 seconds to go through your profile like this. Do you think that person has time to read stories? Definitely no. So this is how things are working out. Many people will tell you to upskill. Upskill is something, yes, it has to be done somewhere or the other. You have to identify what job opportunities are there in the market, then accordingly prepare. If you feel that you do not have time, you have n number of commitments, take up whatever job you can get at the earliest. Don't bargain on package. Don't bargain on profile. Don't bargain on designations. It's always good to have a job. You can make transitions later after 6 months also. That is 110% possible. Right. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, guys. And if you have any queries, please write a note to me. I will link my email. My LinkedIn is there. Please post your queries there. I will try to address, and be very, very short and very, very crisp.